Hi, I'm Jason Sterling, and I'm here today. To talk about my first impressions, kind of my first feeling about the Dream Home Decorator Pack, based on the trailer and based on the live stream. I haven't played it yet. I actually won't play until later today, and then the embargo drop for that will be in a few days, on Monday. It's Monday the 31st, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 8 a.m. Pacific Time, where EA is located. That's when the embargo drops, and so I'll have some videos up then of actually playing it. I'm going to do some Let's Plays this time with it, but that'll come then. For now, let's focus on kind of my first initial thoughts and reactions about this game pack. Now, there are two components to this pack. Like with a lot of packs, you have kind of a major free update, and then you have what you're paying for. I'm going to touch briefly on the free update, but not a lot, because it's free. I mean, if you don't like it, okay, it was free. What we're really looking at is what are we paying for. Now, granted, paying for this pack is helping pay for this free update, because nothing is free. I mean, it costs money to produce this update, and it has to be paid for in some way. And typically, it's the people that are buying the pack that's paying for the free update. So, in this case, the free update is a like and dislike system. Big fan request. A lot of people requested that for a long time, that Sims should be able to have likes and dislikes. We are getting that for free, patched in, and a major bunk bed functionality update. The bunk beds have already been put in, I think a little bit in advance, and this is a big functionality increase. The likes and dislikes are a whole host of things. The pictures you'll see on the screen, while I'm speaking, that's just part of it, because that's just base game and the decor pack being represented. The more packs you have added on, the more likes and dislikes you can choose. You can choose likes and dislikes for both adults and kids. I did not see toddlers represented in the live stream, so I'm going to assume that you can't choose them for toddlers. That's what I'm going to assume, because I didn't see it. Also, if you buy the Dream House Decorator Pack, you'll get an additional update to the likes and dislikes system that for adults only, that are decor likes and dislikes. That's only for adults. For some reason, it's not included for children. I don't know why. Kids do have personality when it comes to their decor for their rooms and their environments. My guess is maybe just because you're never going to be working with a kid. That's my guess, is that the pack is going to be focused on, and this is pretty much more real life. If you go to work as a decorator for someone, even if it's doing a kid's room, you're going to be working with the adult, paying for it. But I did feel like kids maybe should have had some decor likes and dislikes thrown in there, but they don't. So that's free. That's out of the way. We're not going to discuss it any further. The bunk bed update's just where you can put more stuff underneath the single raised bunk bed. That's great. I love that. I'm glad they did it. But that's the update there. That's free. Okay, so with this pack, what you're paying for with this pack, from what I can see, this is how I see it. You're getting three pretty primary additions with this pack, and you're getting three kind of minor additions with this pack. The primary additions are naturally new mechanisms for doing sectional sofas that come in two styles, technically, but the styles are very similar. But you get two styles essentially with that, and then modular shelving units, again in two styles. And those styles are less similar. Those styles are a little more unique, but both pretty modern. And with the modular shelving system, you're also getting a clothing rack that has dresser functionality. And the clothing rack can be changed colors. It has quite a bit of variety with it. So you can change colors and kind of shift the direction of the clothes on the rack. So that's going to be great for walk-in closets. It's going to be great for the decorator pack. That does, like the color of the clothes will tie in to, if you're doing a decorating job, like a walk-in closet, and your sim says that you're working for that they love the color red, you can hang clothes up in the color red, and that will impact whether or not they like it. So that's a great addition. I also think that's really going to be cool for retail. I use clothing racks and dressers and stuff like that in a retail setting to augment, what we can sell through the mannequins. And I think that's really going to be cool. And I think a lot of people are going to like it for that. So you get those two major pretty major. I mean, pretty major. Primary additions with this pack. Again, big fan requests with the sectional sofas. This has been requested for a very long time. I wish they were in more styles. I do, especially without a cast system, because we pretty much have what we have. Will we get more in the future? I hope so. I hope we do get different styles with different packs. But that's, what we have for now. The modular system for the cabinetry is also really cool. I think it's going to be really cool for housing and retail. People have kind of done stuff like that with kitchen cabinets for a long time. This really just provides an actual mechanism and an actual framework so that when you build these cabinetries, they'll hold together as a single unit when you move them around the walls, or around the floor. So that's really cool. The minor things, we're not going to touch on the third primary item because that's the career. I'm going to save that for the last. The kind of minor updates are we're getting cooktops and under-counter ovens, and then on-counter ovens, kind of like a toaster oven, but it works like a full oven, but kind of like a toaster oven. We're getting those for the kitchen. Those are just minor. I mean, I love them. I love them for decor. I love the way they look. But let's face it, it's still a stove. It's still going to act just like a stove. It's just going to give you some more functionality as far as placement and the way you use it. And now you can put a stove like in an island, which is great because I've often kind of fudged that in builds, and a lot of people have, where we kind of build a stove into the island. In this way, you can actually do that. And so I do love that. But it's still just a stove. The other thing is CAS has some updates. Now, CAS this time... First of all, let's just get it out of the way. You know this already. CAS is primarily going to be for women. Primarily for women. Pretty much kids and men and toddlers get kind of the shaft. Yeah, we get a little bit. Toddlers get one t-shirt. And I think kids get two bottoms and one top. No, two tops and one bottom. I don't know. Something like that. And then men get a few things. Women get quite a bit more, like always. The Sims is just a very sexist game. No, it is kinda because women make up such a huge part of its base, of its player base, and so they appeal to that base naturally. I kind of cut them a little slack there. I kind of don't because I'm still a guy and I still would like more stuff. But okay. So and guys do get something really cool this time. So we're gonna come to that. First though, CAS is really pedestrian this time. It has very much a feel of been here, done that with all the clothes. I mean, they give the impression during the live stream that it is on purpose, that they're pretty much just putting forward things that can kind of just work with your existing wardrobe. It's just to augment the existing wardrobe. I can go with that a little bit. Not entirely do I buy that. I feel almost like it was probably just a little bit easier to go that route. And it's kind of boring. It's kind of boring because it has a very much been here, done that feel to it. Now it's more items, it's more colors or whatever, great, but yeah, I'm not too enthused about it, except for two notable exceptions, and that is overalls, like coveralls or overalls, and utility-kilts. Utility-kilts. Now women can wear utility-kilts too. Typically in America, they're sort of a men's fashion. I love those. I absolutely adore those in real life. Oh my God, they're so cool. They're so awesome. Totally dig them. So I love seeing them in game. I also love seeing the overalls in game. That's very cool. I'm glad we got those finally. I really do like those. The thing I don't like is they're both behind a gameplay lock, a gameplay wall. I hate gameplay locks. I hate gameplay walls. I hate this idea that I've got to level up in the decorator career to buy a utility kilt. You can buy a utility kilt offline right now. As anybody. You don't be a decorator to use it. I hate that in game. I hate it. And I especially hate it in CAS because it's a lot harder to unlock CAS items than it is to unlock build buy items. If the cheat was as easy as build buy, it would not bother me as much. But the cheat for CAS is just harder to remember and harder to deal with. But what can I say? I love those two items. Those two items are a big hit with me, and they are the only notable items in CAS. But they're a big one, and they're a big hit, and I totally love them. We also have the third minor kind of addition is Playhouses for kids and toddlers. I've wanted those for a long time. In fact, just recently, I was working on a new storyline, and I don't think I'm actually going to use these Playhouses in it, but I was thinking about them and wanting them, and it's a part of the storyline, and I do like them. The thing with them is they are a pretty minor addition. I mean, yes, kids can go in there and play, and they can imagine. Cats and dogs will also use them to go in there and sleep and kind of play around. And adults can interact with them on a small level, but what they're being used for is what we're already using anything for kids, which is like playground equipment. The animations are exactly the same. The interactions seem to be a lot the same as if they're just playing with a toy. They just have this structure around them while they're doing it. And so I'm just counting that. I like it. I do like it. And I think they're super cute. They're going to be a great decor item again. I like the imagination that went into the design of it, which is never a problem really with The Sims. I'm going to say that real quick. I think the design of stuff in Sims, they've got a great design team. The design team's fantastic. I mean, the design always looks good. And even though sometimes we don't get new animations, like with this Playhouse, when they do new animations, they're usually really gorgeous. I mean, these are great. You know, I made that point with Snowy Escape with the new snow activities. God, the animations were great. They were fantastic. Now, the gameplay was boring because it was way too passive, and it was just click, click gameplay, click ski, and then you watch them ski. That was really cool the first 5 times, and then it got really boring. But the animations were done great. I mean, it was great. Design-wise, looks great. And these Playhouses look great. But the animations have been there, done that. We've done it. The interactions have been there, done that. We've done it. So it's only going to have a minor impact, a minor appeal. Which I guess is kind of fine. The big thing with this pack is the Decorator Career. The Decorator Career has a lot of facets. You obviously progress in it like you do any career. You get more money over time, and you get bigger challenges. And this kind of what this is. It's almost like sort of the build challenges we already have out there, but in a formalized framework as a career in the game that you can actually earn money at while you're doing it. Or your sim can. So that's actually really cool. I do like that. I do think that it's neat to kind of formalize the challenge in the game. It provides active gameplay. Let's say that too. It provides an active career, an active gameplay, and that is something that is often. When people say they don't like the gameplay and they find the gameplay is boring, I do feel like that's the root cause, even when it's not verbalized. The root cause is that they add all this new stuff with the pack, but all you're still doing is pushing one button and then just watching it like a TV show. Now, some people like that. I saw someone recently on Twitter posting how what they like to do is just watch their Sims do stuff, just let their Sims go autonomously and do stuff. You know, again, I think that's like watching a TV show. And yeah, sometimes they do something stupid and it's kind of funny, but it's not playing a game, not to me. And so I feel like with gameplay, like with Snowy Escape, if you could control the skis and control your sim skiing down the mountain, crash him into a tree or something. I mean, I think that would have been a whole lot more interesting, and it would have stretched out that gameplay, and people would have liked it more. So, okay, this is active gameplay. And that's the whole point. Let's get to the point. The point is that this is active gameplay, and the game needs that, and that's good. I think that's really good. You basically, you become a decorator. You take on gigs. You meet your client. You try to get to know your client's likes and dislikes, right? Because you want to build something that kind of fits, or maybe you don't. It's probably going to be a whole new challenge. Pick a client and do exactly the opposite of what they told you they liked, right? You know, they like red. Oh, hey, make the whole thing black. Let's see if they like it. So you do that, and then you kind of have a big reveal, kind of like on a TV show. It's kind of patterned a little bit. In fact, there is a new TV show in game. Here's some clips. I'll put some clips right here where you can kind of see it. The TV show in game is very cute. They showed it during the live stream. I thought it was very cute. I did like it. So it's kind of set up like that. And so you get your client back, and you do a big reveal. And the reveal has a very cool sort of slideshow, movement to it. It's a nice interface. It is a nice interface. Again, you can see it here while I'm speaking. And then you find out whether or not your client, likes or dislikes it, and you get paid, right? And there's other things, if you're rude to your client, you can get fired, or you can just not get offered the job. I mean, in theory, I have not seen that happen. I don't know how hard that is to do. I don't know how often that happens. It's kind of like, how often will the client really hate the job? I don't know. But that's kind of figures into it. Does client like you? Do you like the client? Did you go over budget? And then things like that impact your reputation, in addition, which impacts your career advancement, right? So it's a very cool framework for what people are already doing, though. That's kind of, I'm wondering if that's going to be a drawback. I haven't played it yet. I'm going to. But I'm wondering if that's going to be a drawback, because it is something we're already doing. And is this too late in the game to add this? If this had been added like year 2 as an active career, I think it would have been great. People would have been really excited. And I do think people will be excited with this, and they'll come up with even new challenges to work with this in-game challenge. But I do wonder if it's going to be too late. That, yeah, we're used to doing this. We're used to rehabbing our Sims. In fact, in my Sims towns, I don't even know how many original houses I have left. There are still some original Sim families left, but they're probably living in houses I already built, which might be fun. That's one thing I'm looking forward to. Am I going to end up getting a house that a non-player family lives in that I built? And I'm going to change a house that I built and put it in game. Now that's going to be a neat twist if that actually happens. It's almost going to have to happen, because I've almost bulldozed so much stuff and replaced it with my own builds that it's almost going to have to happen, or it's just the pack's not going to work. But I'm curious to see how that works. But I am also curious, how long is the novelty going to last on this? Is it going to seem kind of like, well, I've been here and done this. Yeah, it's great I get paid now, but it's not anything new. It's not anything I'm not already doing. I'm just getting paid now for it. So we're going to see. We're going to see how that goes. I'm going to start playing it this weekend. I have high hopes for it. I have some confidence in it. I do think it could lead some people who don't normally build or decorate into building and decorating, and maybe some people that are really focused on building and gameplay or building and decorating. It might give them a way of actively integrating that into their game, because you could do that, and especially if you go back to the same location over and over and over, if you rehab it enough, you could upload it to the gallery as one of your builds, and there probably will be a lot of that, like, hey, here's where the Goths hired me to redo their kitchen, and just upload it as a room. Or over time, if you've essentially redone their whole house, just upload their house as a new house. That's going to be the big question. The other big question, though, is that ties in with how long does the novelty last? Is it worth $20? At the end of the day, a lot of packs, expansion packs and game packs both, I think are harmed and hampered by free updates. It's great that there's free updates. I think it helps generate excitement. It gets everyone excited about, new packs. But at the end of the day, taking likes and dislikes and bunk beds out of the pack and giving them for free removes a substantial component of this pack. And what you're left paying for, this is what you're buying. You're buying sectional sofas, which I love. I would pay $20 for sectional sofas, don't get me wrong. A lot of people know me, and they know, yeah, hell, I'll pay $20 for it. There's a good fence in it, because this is my hobby, and I love this hobby. And if I were building model doll houses at home, I'd pay $20 for like a door, probably. In fact, yeah, I know. The door's like $5, $10, $20. So, but keep that in mind. You're getting sectional sofas in 2 styles. You're getting modular shelving in 2 styles. You're getting the Decorator Career, and then the Playhouse, 2 cast updates that are substantial, that are significant, and cooktops and ovens. I had to look and remind myself, cooktops and on-counter ovens, under-counter ovens. That's what you're getting. Now you're getting a lot of other build-buy stuff. And in fact, to the point that it feels like almost an expansion pack level amount of stuff. It's probably not, but it feels kind of that way. So you are getting a lot of stuff But primarily you're buying those things I just mentioned, and is that worth $20 to you? I mean, that's going to be a big question. There's no new world with this one. Sometimes there aren't with game packs, as we know. I don't like it as much when there's not a new world. It was one of the drawbacks I felt like with Spa Day and Dine Out and Parenthood, was that there wasn't at least some sort of neighborhood to support the pack, because I like to build and I like new lots. So naturally I consider that a drawback, and I consider it a drawback here because that's part of what I think I'm paying for. And maybe you feel that way too, I don't know. But it's $20. It's $20 for those things. I'm going to do playthroughs beginning this weekend with early access from the EA Game Changers program. And you will see those on Monday morning when 10 a.m. my time, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time in the United States, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in the United States on Monday morning, Monday the 31st, and I'll know more then. We'll see more then what it's like. I'm gonna put that out and then put out a final review on it and let people decide, hey, is it worth $20, to you, versus what you could spend on something else? Is it going to hold your attention long enough? Is it going to be a big enough impact to the game? That's it for now. Thank you for watching. It's actually ran a little bit longer. I was just looking at the time, been glancing up at it. It ran a little bit longer than I thought it was going to run. Thanks for sticking around. And I look forward to seeing you again, hopefully on Monday with my sim, Trey Sterling. Trey Sterling, who's existed a long time. I actually used Trey Sterling back in The Sims 3 as well. And Trey Sterling is going to be a decorator. Mostly people have seen him in Sims 4 as a model on the modeling competition, the world's next big thing. And he is a lucky survivor of the last season of the world's next big thing. And he's decided to remain in San Myshuno and become a decorator, which is his lifelong dream of this last week. And that's it. So hopefully I'll see you on Monday. And in the meantime, thank you for watching.